significant extensions and expansions of the earned income tax credits took place. EITC has grown to be called the nation's largest federal anti-poverty program. Its significantly beneficial effects for its recipients and their communities. These include encouragement of work, reduction of poverty, and boosting of the local economic activity, as documented in a paper done by the Brookings Institute in April 2011. We are grateful for the continuing partnership with the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance. It is too early to venture how well the site is doing today, but during last filing season, last year, more than 975 returns were done at this site by the staff on behalf of low-income clients, resulting in a total earned income tax credit amount of almost $750,000. When you add that earned income tax credit together with other credits for the clients, plus their state and federal refunds, the total amount of money generated at this site was $2 million. And this is the #1 site in our coalition in terms of providing services to those in need. In closing, besides the VITA site that's available here at OTDA, in order to find out the closest VITA site where you live, all you simply need to do is dial 211. Give the operator your zip code, and she'll tell you the availability of the closest income tax site, and most likely be able to schedule an appointment for you. Thank you for your time.
So once again, I want to thank all of you for joining us today to help us spread this very important message that even though tax filing season closes in just 3 short weeks, people should not find that to be a daunting prospect, but rather an opportunity to avail themselves of the various tax preparation services in the locations that we've talked about today and locations throughout the state, to ensure that they are current with their tax obligations and that they are claiming all of the tax credits to which they're entitled. The EITCs, obviously, as you've heard this morning, are extremely important work supports for low-income working families throughout our wonderful state, and there is an array of other tax credits for working families, especially those with children, and for non-custodial parents who are also providing for the financial support of their children. So again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and open it up to questions. If there are any questions related to VITA sites, the EITC, or any other tax filing related questions at this time.
Commissioner, before we take the questions,
Yes,
could I add
Commissioner,
one more
of course.
point? I would just like to, Richard was somewhat modest in excluding another important element of the work that occurs here through the Cash Coalition, and that is the organization's focus on financial literacy. I think the Cash Coalition does a wonderful job of framing the importance of a tax return as a component of a larger financial picture that families need to focus on. And I think often folks don't appreciate the importance of the tax return itself, whether it's used for credit, if you're saving towards the purchase of your first home, or you're at the point where it's time to think about college for one or more of your children. Those financial aid offices are going to want a copy of that tax return. So I think the quality of work and the range that the Cash Coalition creates in terms of focus on the return as part of a broader measure of financial health, if you will, is not often covered, but is critically important.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. That's an excellent point, and we certainly thank the Cash Coalition and all of its staff and volunteers for the efforts that they engage in, not just during tax season, but certainly during tax season, but all year round to improve the financial health of our working families throughout the greater capital region. Are there any questions at this time? Okay. Hearing none, I thank you all again for your time this morning. Thanks for coming.